Hello everyone, this is Kieran from Gizmochina. Recently, Realme released another hardcore model, the Realme X3 SUPERZOOM. Probably from its name, you've already known what strength it holds. Yes, it's super zoom capacity. And we know Realme has been so good at producing special smartphones with a more competitive price than most brands in the market. It's no exception for the X3 SUPERZOOM. Those smartphones equipping super camera combinations supporting 5x optical zooming usually are typically flagships, and definitely would cost a packet as well. It seems that such special features was exclusive for expensive flagships, would not be popular in the mid-range market. But who knows if there's no one to try it. So the Realme X3 SUPERZOOM version was born. Let's go through a quick review on its main features and figure out whether it's worthy of loading such camera set on a mid-ranger. Before talking about its camera, let's look at its display. We think it's unfair for the phone if we miss talking about the display with 120Hz refresh rate, though it's not the first page of Realme's official advertisement. But it's an LCD display, which doesn't allow to have an in-screen fingerprint reader, so the reader is allocated to the sided power button. The pixel arrangement is quite similar to what we've seen on the older 120Hz LCD displays. Compared to most mid-rangers that only equipped a 60Hz display, the X3 SUPERZOOM could reach a better fluency. As for its camera, the X3 SUPERZOOM equips a 64-megapixel main camera with the Samsung GW1 sensor, which was debuted at the end of last year. It has also proved as a powerful sensor for those camera phones. Another highlight should be the 8-megapixel telephoto camera. It supports up to 5x optical zooming and 60x hybrid zooming. To guarantee its stability when handholding, the telephoto camera has OIS anti-shaking. The other two cameras are 8-megapixel wide-angle one and a 2-megapixel macro one. Well, let's check out whether such combination works well and brings us some surprise. Let's see some samples from the primary camera. When the original high resolution did bring the samples pretty good detail and clarity, and under good light conditions, the samples had excellent exposure and white balance. An interesting feature for the Realme camera app is the AI Color Dazzle mode. It's similar to the Vivid Color mode on other phones, but at the same time the Realme model adjusts the colors in a smarter way of AI recognition. The color reproduction could be livelier with higher saturation than the originals. But a problem is that though the photos shot by the main camera had impressive contrast, the dynamic range of the photos didn't satisfy us, as the darkness lost some detail and showed to be a bit noisy. And when we tried to see how it performs under night scenes, from the samples we could see the significant brightness improvement and the exposure balance between brightness and shadow. In the aspect of noise reduction, it did smooth the darkness of the image at the software level. But if we look closer, we could see the blurry marks that the software tunings left. Let's talk about the sample shot by the wide-angle camera. Although the 8-megapixel now is not the best option for a smartphone wide-angle camera, the wide-angle samples of the Realme X3 SUPERZOOM still have decent colors and good anti-distortion. And the X3 had the same problem on the wide-angle camera as most phones have. It didn't do well on removing fringing in the image. And let's move to another camera, the macro camera. Well, it's almost one of the standard setups for Realme's models. And as usual, the Realme macro samples still maintained a pretty good production and really close shooting distance. The Realme X3 SUPERZOOM is one of those few models which were able to equip a 5x optical zooming lens, but probably the first mid-ranger equipping the 5x telephoto camera. But we've only seen Huawei's camera phones doing an excellent job in the field, until we saw the X3 SUPERZOOM. It covered almost the same shooting range as the Huawei's latest flagship does, from 0.6x to 5x optical zooming, and even longer digital zoom as well. Then we compared it to the P40 Pro's zooming samples. For the 5x option, although the X3 samples has lower resolution than the Huawei's, the Realme zooming samples has a pretty good color representation and better color contrast. Then we zoom up to 10x. The resolution strength of the Huawei's model is more remarkable. But here we have to praise Realme X3 SUPERZOOM for the OIS anti-shaking, which allowed us to shoot the clear photos with my holding hands. It's not a common feature for a mid-ranger, especially for its telephoto camera, but we have to know that the price gap between these phones were really huge. We just want to see how far the Realme X3 SUPERZOOM could go. The sample showed that the Realme's model did not fail us, and we are looking forward to the brand can go further on the path of bringing top features from expensive models to more affordable level. So that's it. If you want to learn more about the phone, you can check out our web for more information. And if you enjoy our videos, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. This is Kieran from Gizmochina. We'll see you soon.